at feeling great. Om Shanti, a very warm welcome to all our viewers to yet another episode of Light of Knowledge. As you are aware, we have been discussing about the unique challenges that the youth of today face, some of them including hypertension, depression, lack of sleep, insomnia, acidity, and so many more. And also, we are really privileged to have with us today on the sets Dr. Satish Gupta. Welcome, Dr. Satish Gupta. And could you please tell us more about this 3D healthcare program that you've designed?
In my professional life of more than 35 years, I was seeing that we are not able to cure the disease. We are only symptomatically treating the diseases of mind and body.
Right.
And patients come back with the same problems after some time when they stop the medicines.
Right.
So then I kept on thinking as a scientific person. Then we planned a program, a research program with the DRDO.
Right.
DRDO means Defense Research and Development Organization,
Yes.
which was headed at that time in 90s. It was headed by Dr. Abdul Kalam, APJ Abdul Kalam, our past president. And so we discussed with him and planned a program this. And then we devised a program, 3-dimensional healthcare program.
Could you explain that?
3-dimensional. The present healthcare is only 1-dimensional because it addresses only the body.
Right, yes.
All the researches, all the medicines, all the surgeries are done on the body.
Yes.
All the education in the medical schools all over the world is given only for the body.
Right.
Right. So they address only to the body. But now we are aware these studies in the field of psychoneuroimmunology and psychoneuroendocrinology. Since 1986.
Right.
They have shown that thoughts and emotions are responsible for changes in the hormonal system, endocrinal system, and the immune system, thereby causing various psychological problems
and physiological,
like the depression, anxiety, obsessions, phobias, schizophrenias, and so many things.
Right. In fact,
lack
doctor,
of sleep,
we have been discussing about
addictions.
this.
Right?
Yes, and that. So, do you mean, doctor, that if the youth nowadays are going through hypertension and stress and the diseases are manifesting?
Then the lifestyle related diseases.
Yes.
Psychosomatic. We also call them psychosomatic. Psyche means mind, soma means body. That is first coming from the mind in the form of thoughts and emotions, and then manifesting in the body as the disease of hypertension, diabetes, coronary artery disease leading to angina and heart attacks. This coronary heart disease is the #1 killer in the world, all over the world,
all over the
universe, right?
Right.
About more than 30% deaths are because of coronary artery disease.
And we are seeing that the youth today, whether they are in the software, in the IT or any other profession, there is a lot of expectations from them.
Yes.
So, doctor, like you said, we need to take care of our thoughts mainly.
Yes.
So, how can we go about doing that?
So basically, thoughts are the thoughts in which thoughts arise. As we see, that there are different mechanisms for getting thoughts. Right? First is what we are seeing through the senses. Like I am looking at, I am reading, I am listening.
Yes.
I am eating. Right. Some thoughts will come. They coming from the external sources. Right.
Right.
And from the environment, from the friends, from the circumstances. Right.
Yes.
Around me, right? And then some thoughts, they come from the memories, right? My past memories, right?
Okay.
Past memories, right? Because whatever I have recorded, so because whatever we do with our senses, with our body, is being recorded.
Is being recorded.
Right? It's being recorded. Once, there are 2 copies. One is a soft copy, one is a hard copy, right? Soft copy is with the consciousness, right?
Okay.
And second copy, the hard copy, lies with the brain. Right.
With the brain.
Right. So consciousness, even if you change the body, leave the body, but still goes with the consciousness in the next birth. Right.
So, doctor, you mentioned this consciousness.
Yes.
What exactly do we mean by that?
See, some people use the word spirit. Some people use the very word human being.
Yes.
Human being suggests this. Human word has come from humus,
right,
which means soil. This body,
Yes.
Right? And the being, the life force, we also call soul or spirit. Right?
In fact, we never thought about this.
Human being means I am a being. Normally the concept in the word is that I am us. I am a body with the being or with the soul. Right?
Right. So the living being is the soul.
But the being, the right thing is, I am a being with this human body.
With this human body. We really didn't have this clarity, Doctor. So how can knowing this, is this a lot of youth, like you said, spirit, that takes us to spirituality again. They want to take up spirituality. They are really seeking for that peace of mind. But they also tend to believe that spirituality will make me very passive.
No, it's wrong. It's wrong.
Yeah.
See, it's a misconception, right? See, the basic thing is, what we are having, the present problem is, every human being today, especially the youth, they are having lots of thought. Thought traffic is too much.
Yes. Sometimes it's like, and so, we also feel that the thoughts are coming from somewhere. I'm not being able to control my thoughts.
Yes. So what is happening is that if I say now, various studies have told us that at any given moment, a human being is having about 30 thoughts in a minute.
30 thoughts in 1 minute.
Yes.
Okay.
So that means at least thought every 2 seconds, right?
Thought, yes.
So, and they're crowding our consciousness, right?
Yes.
They're crowding our, consciousness.
And I think we think negative mostly.
Yeah. So what is happening is, it has been shown that the 90% of our thoughts either come from the past psychological and emotional hurts, past psychological and emotional hurts,
yes,
and future insecurities.
Yes.
And only 10% thoughts are coming from the present, right?
Yeah.
And whatever is coming from the past and future is all negative.
Yes, mostly.
Because I just want to give you one example. Suppose there's a vessel, right, utensil, in which there is a 1 liter of milk and one fly.
That just drops into
that. Then what you see in that vessel?
We would
see the milk or a fly, a dead fly.
We usually focus on the fly,
isn't it?
Yes.
Same thing happens with a human being. A husband and wife married for 30 years. They had a good life, but whatever wrongs have happened, whatever husband has told the wife wrong things or behaved wrongly, maybe 2-3 times in the whole life.
Yeah, we tend to remember that.
Or wife must have behaved wrongly with the
husband
for that once or twice in their life. Same way with the parents mistreating the child once or twice in the whole life. And the child will remember only those moments, right?
Yeah, and we hold on
to those negatives,
negative
right?
memories.
They come back and haunt us again and again, right?
Yes.
They are in our subconscious, right?
Right.
And they keep on hurting us, right?
They keep on hurting us.
Those thoughts and emotions. What is the difference between thoughts and emotions? I'm asking you. See, thoughts, when you have intense thoughts,
right,
you think about something intensely, they become emotions. That leads to emotional change, right?
Right.
So anything you keep on thinking again and again, coming back to you again and again, they become emotional. Right? That changes into emotion. Right?
Emotions.
So that is the difference between thoughts and emotions. Right?
Right.
So then that is how they're coming back and coming back and coming back.
Right. But doctor, we know that it is so toxic. Sometimes we know that we are thinking so much. But why can't we control our, the thoughts from coming?
Yes, because again, here is the answer. Thoughts, when they become intense, they become emotions. And when these emotions are prolonged, they become attitudes. Right?
Okay.
Right. Attitudes, right?
Yes.
And then attitude towards the husband, attitude of wife towards the husband becomes different. Attitude of the husband becomes towards the wife becomes different.
Right.
Attitude of the child towards the parents become different. Attitude of the parents towards the child becomes different.
It becomes very different.
Same thing comes at the workplace. Right? Boss and subordinates. Subordinate and the boss. Same thing with in between the friends, right?
Right.
Isn't it?
Right.
So then attitude, right? And then under that effect of attitude, we act.
We act on the
because
basis
attitude
of the
leads to
attitude.
atmosphere.
Yes.
And emotions lead to vibrations. Right?
So we see so much anger and stress.
Yes.
The reason is
The atmosphere. The atmosphere.
Yes.
Right? The atmosphere is created through the attitude. And vibrations are created through the emotions. Right? Then those vibrations I am spreading all over.
Yes.
In the environment. Right?
Yes.
And the attitude, atmosphere is around me. And under the effect of that, those vibrations and attitude and atmosphere, I act.
Right. So
and then they become memories.
Right. So doctor, those vibrations, like you said, spread around us. We are actually living in a toxic environment. So that's why even all the health related diseases that we are having is also because of this.
Yes, yes.
Like, you know, the youth of today, I think, like you just mentioned, that earlier these diseases of the heart and sugar and all that and hypertension, all this used to happen much later.
Yeah, in the 60s, 60
in
plus.
the 60s. And now
were much less.
And much less.
So in India, if I give you the figures, see, heart disease was present only 1% of population in 1960s, and it used to come after 60s.
After 60s,
Yeah.
yes.
And only 1% of population. Today, about 15% of people have heart disease.
Much.
And starting at a younger age, much young, 20 years of age. Now more than 60% of heart patients are below the age of 50 years.
Yes, that's true. So doctor, but we don't think we can do much about the external stimulus, but we can make ourselves strong enough to face. And like you had said that you have worked on mind-body medicine and meditation also being a better alternative, or, you know, working along with medication. Can you tell us about meditation?
So when I say this three-dimensional healthcare program, basically, three-dimensional means, because today's health, as I already told you, that today's healthcare is one-dimensional, only body. Only body. But it's a mind which sort of the thoughts coming from thoughts and emotions coming from the mind, they affect our body, right? Yes. And the mechanisms which we go later into, you know, how this system is working. But another thing which is important is the consciousness, right? Yes, that we spoke about the soul. Consciousness, the spirit or the soul. So this consciousness, that, you know, ultimately how the mind is working, where from the thoughts are coming. Yes. Right? Right. What is the source of thoughts? That is consciousness. The brain, doctor? That is the consciousness. No, brain is physical organ. Okay. Right. Brain is a physical organ, right? See, difference between mind and brain is physical. Yes. Mind is non-physical. Non-physical. Brain you can see, right? Right. The weight of the brain is 1200 grams. Yeah, so and we can measure. Weight of the mind is, yes, it can be very heavy, it can be very light. Yeah. When it is positive, you feel very light. When you are negative, you feel very heavy. Very heavy. Isn't it? People say, today my mind is so heavy, I can't get up from the bed. Right. And one day we say that my mind is so light, as I feel as if I am flying in the sky. Right? Yes. Yeah. The way we think makes us feel as I was heavy. Telling you that the mind has got 4 aspects. I call it team. Team. T-E-A-M. Okay. Right. T for thoughts. What I discussed. Thoughts. Yeah. Thoughts, emotions. The thought, when they become intense, they become emotions. When emotions are prolonged, they become attitudes. There is attitudinal change. And when under the effect of attitudes, the atmosphere, vibrations, when we act, they become memories. Right. Right. Oh, that's really interesting to even remember. Thoughts, emotions, when we think very intensely, become emotions. Emotions become attitude. Prolonged. When they are prolonged, like say that emotion, I keep on holding to the emotion. That becomes attitude. And attitude, when under the effect of atmosphere, creates memories. Then memory. Memory also has 3 aspects. One is impressions. Brief acts they become impressions. Right? I met you once. That is my impression about you. That you are like this. That is my impression. Okay. Which I'll carry the impression, right? First impression. Right? Yes. Okay. That's brief act, brief meeting. The brief sort of discussion with something. Meeting or, you know. And then when these impressions are reinforced by others. Okay. Suppose someone, I met you and someone she is very good. Shalini is very good. Right? She has this quality, this quality, this quality. Then 10 people tell me. So that becomes my belief, right?
Right.
Okay.
Okay. So
Then
first is impression.
Brief acts are impressions that reinforced by other people.
Becomes
Suppose
belief.
I was going for a work, right? And a cat came and crossed my path. And then my mother said, no, the cat has crossed your path. Your work will not be successful. You are not successful, right? And then I ignored that and I went for my work. And actually it did not happen. I was not successful.
So then I will think that my mother had told me that,
it happens.
And
then 10 more people reinforce. If that was the case, then you should not have gone.
You shouldn't. So next time, this becomes
a belief system, right?
Yeah, belief system.
Right?
Right.
Or I met that person, my work, I was not successful.
I was not, yes.
Then people reinforce. If you see that person you will not be successful.
You will not be successful.
Isn't it? So that is a belief system.
Okay.
So impressions, belief system, and then when you keep on doing again and again, that becomes a personality trait or habit.
Okay.
Right.
Like if somebody.
Or in Hindi we call it sanskar.
Sanskars.
Sanskaras, right?
So sanskaras are something which I have been based on my belief system, whatever I keep doing. Or
even without belief system. Suppose I keep on repeating, again and again, same act, same thing again.
Same
like
thing
a person is smoking again and again.
Right.
He becomes a smoker, right? That becomes personality.
That becomes a personality.
Alcoholic.
Right.
You are identified by your personality traits.
Right.
A person always hurrying for work, time pressure, work pressure, becomes a type A person.
Okay.
Anxious person, right?
Yes.
Angry person, right?
So that becomes, when I look at that person, I know that, okay, this is his personality.
Then all the time getting, moved off. Melancholic person, depressed person. Right?
Yes.
Right? Your personality trait.
Right.
Right.
So you mean to say, doctor, that the addictions.
So positive team, you feel light. Negative team, you feel.
Right. So doctor, we will definitely be taking up addictions and, like you said, certain behavioral patterns in the episodes to come. But like you said, soul and you said consciousness. Soul consciousness. Can you tell us more about how the youth can incorporate the soul consciousness into their daily lives? Because I think you said that is what influences your thoughts as well.
Yes.
And that's the foundation.
Yes. See, basically, when I say consciousness or the heart or conscience, these are the words which are very commonly used in our day-to-day life.
Right.
So before even coming to this consciousness or conscience, I should come to the truth.
Yeah.
Right. Truth.
The truth about
the truth. The truth about the self.
About the self.
Self. Yeah.
Okay.
So truth. Well, what is truth? Truth is, definition of truth is, there are two aspects to that. One is eternity.
It is eternal.
Eternity, right? Truth is eternal. It does not.
Truth is.
It never dies.
It
right?
never dies.
It's eternal. Right?
It's eternal.
Right? It is always there. It never.
And truth is light.
Yeah. Truth is light. Right? Second is truth never changes.
Constant.
Yeah.
Right.
So you go by that definition
of truth.
Of truth, right? And what is meditation? When I say meditation, meditation is nothing but being the truth, living the truth.
That sounds so.
And
so
realization
beautiful.
of the truth, realizing the truth. So there's nothing. Meditation is nothing. No hanky-panky about meditation, right? It's a very simple word. Being the truth, living the truth, and realizing.
Right. So, doctor, you've made it so clear for us, because when we think of meditation, it sounds like, okay, I'm supposed to just cut off from everything, just sit and become really.
There's nothing like sitting, walking, talking, working in the office, operating on operation table. I'm examining patients in my intensive care, critical care.
Right.
Or in the outdoor patient department. Whatever, eating, taking bath, brushing,
This
shaving.
is such a new concept. You've brought such a...
It's living the truth,
Yes.
being the truth, always. It's a continuous way of life. Rajyoga meditation is a new way of life, not heard of by human beings before.
Before, right? Because today there's a supermarket of meditations also. Like we know, there's something on breathing.
That is not meditation. Meditation is something very simple and then we have to realize what is the truth. Then we should know what is the truth. As I told you, human being, right?
Right.
A human being is a human being.
Human.
No, then human means humus, as I told. Humus means, it's a Latin word, which means soil.
Soil.
And being means life force, and which means soul, right?
Right.
So now so our soil is our outer self. Okay?
Right.
And being is our inner self. Right?
Yes.
And this outer self, it can be, you can have 4 aspects of this. One is the body, outer self. Second is role.
The roles that I play.
Mother, father, son, daughter,
colleague,
doctor, businessman,
friend,
husband, wife, children. No, these are the different roles. The barber, the watchman, different things. The different roles we play, and role keeps on changing. One person plays 10 roles, 15 roles during the whole day. Right?
Yes, but we so much tend to get role conscious.
Yes. And then the material conscious, material conscious, isn't it? Material.
Possessions that I have.
Soil. I'm talking about soil. Soil means outer self, which means there are 3-4 aspects. And another can be religion: Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Sikhs. Different Christians. These are also
one you said is the physical body that we have. Second is the roles that we play.
No. It's the other way. Outer self and inner self. Soil conscious. When I say soil conscious, soil means SOIL, right?
Right.
And soul means SOUL.
SOUL.
Right? Soil and soul. Even if you go to the spellings, what is the difference?
You.
I and you. So when it becomes soil conscious, soul, I is there. I-ness and minus comes in.
Okay.
Right? I-ness and minus comes in. Ego. I-ness means ego. And minus means attachment.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
And when you say soul conscious, that means soul means you, universal. Universality comes in.
Right.
I'm a being, you are a being, she is a being, he is a being, everyone is a being.
Beings. Right.
Isn't it?
It makes it so simple.
So that soil consciousness is our outer self, and being consciousness or soul consciousness is our inner self. Inner self, right?
Right.
So the outer self consciousness has got 4 aspects. One is this body.
The body.
Is body.
Role.
Second is role. Third is material.
Yes.
Fourth is can be religion.
Right? We relate to I'm a
Hindu, I'm a Christian, I'm a Muslim, I'm a Sikh, or any other religion for that matter. Right? This is also comes after birth, right?
This comes after birth,
isn't it? When you are born, you are born in a Hindu family.
So I acquire this. Right.
You're born in a Christian family, you become a Christian. If the child, if born in a hospital to a Hindu mother, goes to a Muslim mother by mistake, then he becomes a Muslim.
Yes.
So by birth he was not Muslim or Hindu, but whatever the parents have adopted,
that becomes the religion
of the child, isn't it?
Right. Doctor, actually the time is not enough for us today. We have to end the show, but I think the note is really interesting, because finally we are coming to the true identity of who I am. Because like you said, we were relating more to the external identities like the roles and the religion and all those which I thought
which keep on changing. Body keeps on changing.
Yes.
The role keeps on changing, material keeps on changing, and the religion also can change.
Right.
So that is not the truth.
That's not the truth. Yes.
By definition. By definition of truth. That is
though
not
we
the
are
truth.
Thinking it is, but it is not actually.
It's not the truth. And the whole life we are sticking to these 4.
Right.
And the being, it never
is
changes.
Totally ignored.
Is truth.
It's truth.
Which is the truth, eternal, right? Its truth is eternal.
Right.
And that soul, the being is eternal, right? So this is realizing the being is meditation.
Excellent.
The truth, right?
Right. I'm sure the viewers have really enjoyed today's episode. We are coming to realizing our true selves. And when we realize our true selves, then we can also realize the true potentials that we have. We will continue this interesting talk in our next episode. Dr. Satish Gupta, thank you so much for bringing in so much clarity about the thoughts, about how it affects our body, actually realizing who we truly are, because you said human being and we were thinking we are just humans. So thank you so much, Doctor. Om Shanti. We are sure that you have really enjoyed the episode today. We got so much clarity on who we really are. But we are going to take this up in the next episode as well, and definitely meditation too. Thank you so much. If you wish to write to us or want to talk to us, please feel free to do so. Om Shanti.